Oh my goodness. Hi everybody, Caffeine Fox here. Yes, I'm definitely wearing a scarf right now despite it being almost 100 degrees outside. This channel, if anything, doesn't skip on fashion. So I finally made it back from my trip to visit Odin, and things have kind of like settled down a bit over here, and my computer starts dying. It's kind of on the old side. I don't really know how much longer it's gonna have. Right before I even started filming this computer like made it to the desktop and then it just died. Please don't do that. I have a video to make. So I don't know how many more videos this bad boy has left in it. Hopefully I can get this video out without everything crashing. I really hope. So all that aside, let's get into today's actual topic. Please don't break computer. So we were having a furry get together like a few days ago. I ended up calling a furry the name that wasn't associated with their persona. Now, this is kind of a pretty easy mistake to do, at least for me, because when you first enter the fandom, you typically have a name that you assign for your character, which is great because otherwise people would just be like, hey, you, Fox. And nobody wants to hear that, me especially. So by having a name, people are able to kind of associate you with that character. So instead of Wolf, it becomes Shadow. So I was having a conversation with some furries and I ended up calling somebody by their original persona name. And recently they had just got a new persona and had a new name associated with it. I kind of knew about this in the back of my head, but my brain, kind of being the way it is, was just like, you. And I ended up calling them by their old name. Now, it wasn't really that big of a deal. Like, you know, they're like, hey, this isn't my name.
That's not my name.
But I just kind of started thinking like, wow, I had no idea that furries, once they pick a name, that is pretty much how people are gonna like talk to you from that point on. It takes a bit of time to adjust, to just flip that switch. When you spend so much time calling somebody by a specific name, it can get a little tricky to remember in your head that, yeah, this is their new name now. So I got that fixed. I don't really call them by like their previous persona name. It took a bit of like hardwiring inside my brain, and it kind of got me thinking, whatever name you end up choosing when you first create a character, whether you think it's a great idea at the time or not, if you end up making another character and they have a completely different name, it can be kind of tricky for others to stop calling you either by like a nickname or your previous old persona name. So me, for example, people typically call me Caff, which is like short for caffeine, but I feel like if I made another persona, it would take a while for people to like start using that new name, because that name has been ingrained with like me as a person. And furries, they typically don't use people's real names, but most of the time we just use our persona names anyway. These persona names are pretty much all we have to go on, unless you're like really close to somebody and like know their actual real name. Still, it's just like, it's tricky. So this has been one of those thoughts that's just been kind of like eating at me since that party. Whether or not you're aware of it, your name is probably going to be associated with you for a little bit. Now, this isn't true for everybody. Some people are very, very quick to remember new names. I don't know if it's just because I have like a brain the size of a pea, but I try my best. I really do. Yeah. Oh my goodness. It's getting like really, really hot. And wearing this scarf was like a terrible idea. But hey, as long as I look good, it's all that matters. Oh my goodness. Thank you everybody for joining me on this kind of like short video. It is a lot of fun to make despite the fact I am like drenched in sweat right now. And if any of y'all have ever had this happen to you where you've talked to a furry and you've used their old persona name on accident, let me know in the comment section down below. And if you haven't, just say, Cap, your brain's the size of a pea, and I'll know what's up. But yeah, thank you everybody for watching today's video. And I'd like to give a huge special thank you to the following Gold Egg patrons. Holy smokes, you know who you are. Apollo Bunny, Archie Fur, Cinder Kitten, Dynamo, Dexo, DH, Dirt Coyote, Emerith Cantonine, Funtime Wolf, Lindsay, Moodle, Richard Wren, and Splackjack. Oh my goodness, thank you all so much from the bottom of my heart. And thank you everybody else who's helped support my channel, whether it's on streams or just all of my other patrons. Like, holy smokes, y'all are the real MVPs. And if any of y'all want to check me out on my Patreon, just look at this link down below. Yeah! Oh my goodness. If you liked it, feel free to give it a thumbs up and, you know, I don't know, possibly subscribe if you're not already. I hope all of you have a great rest of your weekend and don't wear scarves outside. It's totally not worth it.